Welcome to Language Mantras. This is Advanced English session number 33 and we have prepositions of time. The other day, that means session number 32 of Advanced English, we discussed prepositions of place and we had three main prepositions there: at, in and on. Today again we are discussing at, on and in when they are treated as prepositions of time. Begin with at. 1, 2, 3, 4 points are there. These are major points. Maybe other points are there. But if you remember these 4 points, it will be much easier for you to use at with reference to time. Number 1, point of time. That means it refers to a point of time or period of time seen as a point. When you see a period of time from very far away in terms of time, in that case it looks like a point of time. See the example, at the moment, it's a point of time. I'm speaking of this moment, at the moment, at 10 o'clock or at 10:30, specific time. At noon, again specific point of time. But at night, this is not very specific, but in spite of that, you can treat it as an exception or whatever. But it is always at night when you speak of a night in a very general sense. It may be tonight, it may be the night tomorrow, or it may be any night whatsoever. In that case, it is always at night. At night, owls do not sleep. And in the night is possible when you speak of a particular night. Reference is to a particular night. In that case, at night is wrong. It will be better to use in the night or in the middle of the night. So come to the next point. Short period of time, holiday, etc. Short period of time. At Christmas. Christmas is, Christian holiday. So at Christmas. Always it's at Christmas. Or at the weekend. At the weekend. Saturday, Sunday together treated as weekend. On the weekend, okay, in British English, on the weekend is not that popular. But sometimes you may come across on the weekend. It is treated as informal English. Now number C, short period of time seen as a point of time. Short period of time. But this period of time is treated as a point of time. For example, at the end of the month. End of the month refers to the last days as a point of time. At the end of the month, I have to pay my electricity bill. This is possible. And at the end of the academic session, not in the end of the academic session, it's always at the end of the academic session. So when short period of time is seen as a point of time, we normally use at the end of the month, at the end of the academic session, etc. and etc. Meal time, it's always very simple. Meal time means at lunch, at dinner, at the party, etc. Okay? Now we come to in, another preposition. We have 3 points to remember: longer period or part of a day or night. It may be a longer period or maybe a part of a day or a night. In that case, we use in, not on, not at. In the winter season, maybe it's for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever, in the winter. In 2022, a whole year, 365 days in. In the 1980s, a decade, 10 years. In the 1980s, in the 19th century, it's 100 years. And in the morning, in the evening, it is part of a day. So in case it is a longer period of time or a part of day or night, then we use in. be. Length of time before another action. We are trying to place a length of time before an action. In that case, in a few hours he will leave for the war. He will leave for the war, that is the action. That is the action part. Before that, the time reference is given, that is within a few hours. Another example, in the week before his arrival, there was an accident. In the week before his arrival, there was an accident, some incident took place, and in the week before his arrival. So you see, something happening before a particular time or after a particular time reference. In that case, we use in, not at. Now come to see, duration of time required for doing something. You need some time for doing something. In that case, we use in. In just a matter of weeks. In just a matter of weeks. Okay, fine, I'll do it in just a matter of weeks. Or in a month's time, I'll complete the assignment in a month's time. Okay, now come to on. On is that way very simple. Particular day, particular date, particular event. You use on. How? On Saturday, on her birthday, on Friday week. On Friday week is, slightly different in meaning. It means on Friday next week, not this week. So on Friday week. So when we have, particular day, date or an event, in that case we use on, and it's quite simple. Then when some condition applies, I must pay you something, but you have to repay on demand. You have to give me the amount on demand. So this is a condition, or on request, etc. So these are the main issues you must remember before using at, in, or on. Not very difficult. Try to understand the basic principles that are used while using these prepositions. And there are some cases when these prepositions are not used. All, any, each, every, last, next, one, some, this, that, tomorrow, yesterday. These words, if these words are there in a sentence, you need not use on or at or in. For example, you compare these two sentences. I'll meet you on Friday. There is no problem. It's a nice sentence. I'll meet you on Friday. But I'll meet you next Friday. Next Friday. Very fine. You do not require on here. Or you do not require any of these words. You do not require preposition if you use any of these words. They are sometimes noun, pronoun, sometimes adjective, sometimes adverb, sometimes preposition, but whatever they are. If you use any of these words, then you need not use on, in, or at. We have given an example here. And again, I give you two phrases. You have to solve the problem. In the beginning and at the beginning. Are these two phrases okay? Are these two phrases right? Or one of them is right, one of them is wrong? If both are right, then you have to give me the difference. And if one of them is right, then you have to tell me which one. So this is your, say, homework if you feel like that. But I don't say homework, just try it so that we get your response. Okay then, thank you very much. Have a nice time.